Welcome to Thursday Pray Day from River Valley Community Church, in which we encourage everyone to be praying. Let's pray for our community, our leaders, our church, and for one another, all to the glory of God. Temptation. We've all faced it. We all experience it. Maybe we experience it even on a daily basis. We experience those small temptations like to eat maybe what we know we shouldn't eat. Those big temptations like to live our life and to gratify our own desires rather than to think of others, to follow ourselves rather than to follow God. We experiencing those temptations, and they're all around us, tempting us. If you've ever been on a diet or trying to improve your health through workout or whatnot, temptation abounds. I'm trying to get back on track after a couple of weeks of not eating that well and not being as active as I should be, and so temptation abounds. Actually, just confession, my alarm went off this morning at 5 o'clock when I'm supposed to get up and get moving so I can be working out by 6, and the temptation of my bed won, and I slept in. And this week I'm supposed to be getting back on eating healthier and eating better, generally eating less, and yet temptation won, and I didn't do that. And we probably can relate to that. All of us can relate to temptations and them abounding and them winning, sometimes seemingly more often than not, and so we all face temptations. And so it shouldn't surprise us that next part of the Lord's Prayer, as we've been talking about the Lord's Prayer, is that simple statement, and lead us not into temptation. This is a call, a petition, a plea with God that as He leads us through life, as He is directing us through life, that He protects us from being tempted, that He doesn't actually lead us into a place where we feel tempted to not follow Him, to look at towards other things, that we're actually praying a plea with God, guide us in such a way that we can keep our eyes focused on You and You alone. And we need that, don't we? First of all, we need God to lead us. We can admit that. We need God to help direct our lives and tell us where to go and how we should be living and where our aim should be. We need God to be leading us, because otherwise we'll be following something else. We'll be following our own desires. We'll be following, the God of our stomach, so to say. And so we need God to lead us. And we're praying for God, please, to lead us in such a way that we don't even look at any of the other options. We don't even get sidetracked by what might distract us here or there, but we can keep our eyes firmly fixed on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. That we can keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, and everything else can kind of slough off as we keep our eyes fixed on Him. Isn't that a great thing to pray for? Dear God, please lead me in such a way that I have eyes for You and You alone. So on this Thursday Pray Day, let's do that. Let's pray for our eyes to be fixed on Jesus. Let's pray for Him to lead us so that we see Him and Him alone, and that we're not tempted to go some other way. This Thursday Pray Day, let's fix our eyes on Jesus.